Howdy, partner. Zoe and I, we're camping here in Shaniko, ghost town, population 30, once known as the wool capital of the world. Let's go set up camp.
Before setting up camp, Zoe and I actually drove down to another nearby ghost town named Antelope. The town was established with a post office in 1871. The population peaked around 29 years later in 1900 with 249 people.
This is actually the city hall, which is also a historic school. I feel like I'm very green today and I really blend in with the green and white. Let's go check out the town. 98. 99. 100. Now, this ghost town does come with quite the colorful past. That color primarily being red. No, not because of blood or anything like that, but because that's what the color the cult member would wear.
In the 1980s, there was a cult that took up residence in a nearby ranch. The cult leader, Sri Rajneesh, also known as Osho, had some enlightening things to say, but unfortunately, the cult didn't exactly practice what they preached. I could only imagine living in a town of maybe 40 people with a primarily conservative Christian background, having a cult of thousands of people just over the hills. They even have a commemorative plaque about the invasion of the Rajneesh, and invaded it was. In 1984, the town was taken over by vote and renamed Rajneesh. Just a year later, in 1985, due to the cult attempting to use salmonella to poison local townspeople of the Dalles to affect the local elections, the cult was taken down by the FBI and the town was reverted back to Antelope.
Alright, Zoe and I just pulled into camp. They have like an RV park thing here. Originally, I read that there was like some sort of free campsites, but I guess there's not a thing anymore. Um, but the hotel that's here is actually open now, and they are running their own RV park campsite thing here. It was like $15, so it was whatever. It's cheaper than a hotel room. But yeah, it's raining pretty hard. I'm not too motivated to get out of the truck yet, but I'm gonna have to eventually. That way I can get the back of the truck set up for our evening. And yeah, we got a lot of fun plans. We got some good food. And nice, relaxing. Honestly, it's kind of nice. Like, it sucks that it's raining, but it's kind of nice that it's raining just because a little pitter patter of the rain on the top of the truck's going to be like so relaxing. That's my favorite thing. But yeah, I came from Portland, came up over the pass, or I didn't, instead of coming the normal way up over the pass on Mount Hood and whatnot, I ended up coming up I-84. It's just a little bit easier on the truck. But today, it was gnarly. It was raining so hard in Portland this morning, and then like there was like a bunch of standing water. I hydroplaned a few times. It was pretty scary just because uh, these tires, they're definitely off-road tires on this truck, but um, they're not made for water. They're not really made for like water. I don't know, because I feel like a lot of tires now, they have like little lines in them that make it so you don't hydroplane as much. But I was like driving a boat on some of these puddles. But luckily it was a little sketchy, but I made it through. And then there was this gnarly crash. The truck, like the car looked decent. I don't think anyone was hurt, but there's this truck that was totally on its side, like ripped open FedEx. And um, I'm no fan of FedEx, but I hope the guy's okay. I shouldn't make that joke, but I hope the guy's okay, or whoever is driving it, just because it did look kind of gnarly. Honestly, one thing I was thinking about was like, I'm so lucky that I left when I did, because I was kind of upset that I left later than I expected. I wanted to get out here earlier. Busy getting some supplies from the store and such, so I didn't get out as early as I intended to, but it ended up working out better because, like, I don't know, like that accident, I don't know how much sooner it happened prior to me getting there, but I wasn't there late enough to truly get stuck in traffic. I was only stuck in traffic for like 5 minutes, and then we squeezed through. And also, like, just like a few minutes earlier, like what could have happened. So very fortunate that I wasn't involved in any of that, and I'm hoping and praying that whoever was is okay and everything goes smoothly for them, because that's really scary. I-84, it's a beautiful road, beautiful stretch of road, but it's very dangerous. There's a lot of accidents on it every year, just because like the wind conditions and rain and ice and snow, and the gorge is pretty gnarly sometimes. But anyways, enough of me blabbering. Let's go get camp set, or not really camp. Let's go get the back of the truck set up. That way we can get nice and cozy back there. Right, Zoe? Yeah, she's already cozy. Okay, so my battery setup for my pump is not working for my air mattress, so I'm gonna have to hand pump it with this thing. So yeah, have fun watching me do that. Okay. That was a lot of work. I think like normally you're supposed to like put it on the ground and pump it, and like you just go up and down with the handle and like keep your feet on the bottom and pump, but that wouldn't really work because I had to hold the hose in place on, because it's technically not the right hose. There's no other way besides to use my hands to pump it, and make all the jokes you want, but that was a lot of work. But yeah, luckily my cardio's pretty good. I've been running lately. Ran 3 miles, no big deal. First time ever. But okay, I'm gonna rest for a minute, and then we'll go get Zoe out of the front of the truck. She's staying dry. It's raining a lot outside. And then I'll make the bed. I'll make the bed and then get Zoe, and then we'll make some food. Okay, it's all done. I got Zoe eating her food too. I don't know, it's not the most appetizing looking, but let's try it out. It's fine. Probably should have heated up the water more or something, because I don't know, it looked like the water was boiling, but I guess it was just boiling in that one spot and not completely hot yet or something. I don't know. You get like a jet boil or something, that'd be helpful, but definitely edible. We'll make it through. I also got some like cup of noodles and stuff too, so if I'm hungry enough I can munch those. Pretty rainy outside. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, so we're just hunkering down in here until the rain kind of chills out. Every time I've gone camping, they're like, oh yeah, the rain's gonna stop by like this time. Never stops. So pray for me. It is blowing and raining and winding and everything you can think of. Conditions are pretty poor right now, but you know, I don't know, I'd rather be like kind of cold and having to keep warm than too hot a lot of the time, so I don't mind too much. It's a learning experience as always. It's pretty cozy. Not the most sightly, it's still pretty cozy, and it's better, like more roomy than my car would have been. Yo, so Zoe and I, she's over here staying warm. We've just been snuggling up in the back. The wind is going crazy, but we're keeping warm. I have to let her out potty soon, and I don't want to, because it's so cold out there. So I'm probably gonna catch some sleep. It's been pretty cozy back here though, like even though it's a little chilly. We've been huddling up
But I don't know. I'll see you guys in the morning. Yeah, we'll walk around. Hopefully in the morning it's not raining. Fingers crossed. We'll see. See you in the morning. Morning, guys. We got some ghost town cooking this morning. Gonna make some breakfast. I don't know, that one I made last night, it didn't turn out well. I think it was mostly just because the water situation. I thought it was boiling when it wasn't. It was just like bubbling off the bottom, like the water at the very bottom was hot, but the whole thing wasn't like actually boiling. So, you know, you live and you learn. I don't have a 1/3 measure on my measuring cup, so I'm just gonna hope for the best. I think like with these aren't for you. These are matches. I think even if it's biscuits and gravy, so even if they're like not watery but like not the most thick, they'll be edible for sure. Look at that. Biscuits. Oh, there's a fucking bug on my thing. Oh, get out of here, boy. Oh, 1 1/3, motherfucker. Good thing I reread it. You need 1 1/3 cups. Keep on reading it wrong. God damn it. Good thing I reread it, man. There we go. Boiling water. 1 1/3. Not 1/3. I was like, 1/3 seems like very little water for this whole pouch. Smells good. Oop. Hopefully I didn't add too much water. Oh well. I was like nervous. Probably added a little too much because like last night I added too little. But I think it'll be okay. We'll be good. I feel like it's kind of hard to mess up biscuits and gravy unless I added like a bunch of water or too little like I almost did. It would be hard to mess this one up, which is good. It's exactly what I needed. Let's give it a try, dude. Definitely biscuits and gravy. Not bad. Something that's been on my mind lately is gratitude and being thankful. And so I figured I'd do my part and share my 2 cents about it. Just because, I don't know, I like talking about these kind of things and what I'm learning and what's on my mind. It's something I've been working on a lot more is like, obviously, like self-love I talked about in my last video, but also gratitude. It's a pretty like simple topic, but it's like it can definitely be really meaningful if you actually practice it. A lot of the time I kind of find myself wanting to be somewhere else or wanting some other situation or circumstance, and a constant like grasping for things. And not that it's a bad thing to want things, and you can definitely have goals and desires, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I have plenty myself. Like wandering around like a zombie looking for brains or something. I don't know, that's a silly analogy. It can kind of like rob you of appreciation for what you already have. That constant like grasping and stuff, I feel like it just not being present in your life, you know. I feel like a lot of people end up at like the end of their lives, they end up saying things like, I wish I would have done this or that, or been there for my family more. Or I think it's important to be grateful and thankful for what you do have, because circumstances and things change pretty quickly. The one constant about life is it's always changing, and so you never really know what's around the corner. But so you might as well always try to be grateful. And it's easier said than done sometimes, but one thing that's helped me a lot in my journey of gratitude and trying to be more grateful, it helped me be more present. And I recently took up running. I signed up for my first 5K
Running's honestly, like, I never liked running before, but something just kind of clicked recently. I've really been enjoying it. It's another time when I like can kind of encourage myself and push myself a little bit more. And I use a lot of affirmations during that time too. Like, you can do it. A couple weeks ago, I ran a mile for the first time in my life ever. Like, I'm 29 years old, never ran a mile. I probably, like, without stopping, I've probably ran like a mile, like playing sports and stuff. It was slow, but I made it. And then I reached 2, and then I reached 3, and then I could always be like, oh man, I'm not running that 10K, or not running a half marathon or a marathon yet. But honestly, I was super grateful for just running a mile, and it was like quite an accomplishment for me. And I was bragging about it to everyone that I could, that cared, which probably wasn't many people, but I told them anyway. But yeah, I don't know, just trying to be more grateful. Like, obviously, like, I work a job that's fine, but it's not like my passion or anything like that. I live in a situation that's fine. It's not like the ideal living situation. But if I let those kind of rob me of my present moment and constantly am grasping for something in somewhere or some situation where I'm not, then I won't. Uh, it's harder to appreciate what I do have. Like, Zoe, come here, come here, girl. Like, Zoe recently had like a little bit of a health scare, and I was kind of freaked out. And I don't know, she's getting older, and I'm just trying to appreciate my time with her a lot more. Um, so that's one of my focuses. You know, I don't know. Like I was saying, things change, circumstances, situations, always changing. So appreciate what you have while you got it, because you don't know what's gonna happen next. And not to be like, not to be uh, like scary or anything like that, but I don't know, just realistic. Of just enjoy your time. That's what I feel like life is meant to be. Is just enjoy your stuff. But that's just what's been on my mind lately. I appreciate you listening and watching. We got a few more things to do here. Tell me what your thoughts, comment down below what you're grateful for, or what's been on your mind. Maybe you have a lesson for me, or can teach me something. Zoe, come here. Come here, girl. Oh, you're getting all wrapped up. Getting all wrapped up. Oh, 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 butt in the face. Oh. There we go.
After breakfast, I went to explore Shaniko some more. It's definitely more of a touristy town than Antelope was. They have an old relic of what the Wild West looks like. Along with the antique car museum. Love a good old church. Hallelujah. Looks like someone missed their turn and tried to make this antique shop into a drive-thru. The hotel let me do a little walkthrough and get some footage. This seems to be under construction still. These fake little candles definitely gave somewhat of a haunted vibe, but I'm sure it's a cool place to stay. With the Ghostbusters on speed dial. It seems that even ghost towns aren't free from corruption. The town is basically a neighborhood, so the government's more of a HOA than anything, and you know how annoying HOAs are.
Oh hey, you can buy some land here. Only $29K for a city lot. That's not bad. Back where I live, that's like a couple $100,000 for a city lot. So I'll take it. But probably end up spending that much money on gas getting to and from work. Back to Portland is about 2 hours, so it's like 4 hours of commuting a day. Easy.
In these old abandoned buildings, it's basically like stepping back in time. Back when they still had lead in the gas. Now Zoe and I gonna ride off into the sunset out on the open prairie. Thanks for coming along on our adventure. We'll see you next time. Adios, amigos.